Hello everyone and welcome back to Addo's Playtime. Today we're jumping back into Oxygen Not Included, and in the last episode we decided to make a farm. But to make that farm we had to get these dirt tiles here up to 128 degrees, I believe. So needless to say, it's a little toasty in there. We are looking at oxygen that is 120-ish C. It's cool a little bit. Actually, it's a little bit hotter up here, but I figured it'd be a little cooler. But yeah, we're using petroleum, an aqua tuner, and, you know, just some good old shenanigans to get this sucker back up to where it should be. So we have extended the cooling loop to even include here, but it is going to take a tremendous amount of time as this petroleum is pretty warm. And as you can see, it's pretty hot in there, and I know I could just let this out and maybe equalize it and come in here and throw some radiant pipes down and do all that other kind of stuff, but really, I don't want to. It's too much effort, and I have a list of things that I want to get done today. Wild planting all of this is one of them, but it's not high on the list of things that I want to do. The things I want to do are explore some space. Yes, I want to explore some space. I want to get up here. I want to use the telescope because it doesn't require you to feed it oxygen, which I think is weird. But whatever, I definitely want to get some space explored because as we can see on our star map, there are some unknown objects and we need to start getting to these unknown objects if we want to get into some of the late game materials. And at 1,000 cycles almost, I think it's about time to get into space. Anywho, at the same time, we need to destroy this rocket because if I remember correctly, we just about got it cleaned out. There's a lot. It's pretty hot. There's a lot of stuff still left in here. We need to finish deconstructing all of it and then sweep it all up and then, yeah, get it ready. Do I have a piece of pipe up there? Oops. Say levy. So get all this stuff out of here, get things ready, and make sure that everything gets where it's supposed to. I don't know if we have a place to store the berry sludge, but we'll have to make a place for it. And then we need to get out into space with the telescope as well so that we can get some farther distances in our exploration. Because I know that this has only a 3-tile range. I don't know. I read that somewhere. I just don't remember exactly where I read it. Probably in this somewhere when I was kind of catching up with things. But anyways, so we're going to do that. But while that is getting created, and we're waiting on our temperature to go away, we have a couple other items that we could work on. Just things to work on in the background, like making a more permanent solution to cool our oxygen. So that would be something that we can do as well as we could get rid of some of these hot rocks. I have an idea for this, and we could probably try it out and see what happens, as well as work on our geothermal power. As you can see, we've solidified quite a bit of magma. Yeah, that's not really that good. So when we look under the properties, we can see that the door is... Oh, I thought it told you somewhere here, but I guess it doesn't. Anywho, this thing stays closed most of the time, and we are getting dangerously low on our amount of heat that we're creating so that our geothermal power continues. So we're probably going to have to take care of that today, meaning that these guys are working a lot more than I want them to. A lot more. I also in the background fixed our loop here, so now it is full of hydrogen to keep this thing cooled out, maxed out, all kinds of good stuff. So I think that the first order of business today will be to get down in here and do this again. We're nearing the probably bottom of the map as far as I know. I think we have two options here. Option number one, we just continue to drill down into this more hot igneous rock, pulling out that nice warmth Warmth. Anyways, pulling out the heat out of this and getting it back up into our geothermal power. Like I said before, I am really upset that I did not choose a volcano. I could have swore I said volcanoes. Maybe I decided against it. I'd have to go back and look in the playthrough to beginning episodes just to really find out. But we do still have quite a bit of petroleum if we ever wanted to generate an infinite amount of power. But I really, really wanted to use this magma. It definitely cools off a lot faster than I remember. So yeah, we also may come in here and just kind of knock this magma down. Maybe try to build a scaffolding through here to get most of this down back into the magma. And maybe that igneous rock will turn back into magma. I don't know. But I think this is the first order of business today. So as we have done so many times, twice that I can remember, time to deconstruct and deconstruct and deconstruct and dig all the way. Well, you know what? Let's just dig down to there this time. And let's see what happens. Okay, so we made it to the bottom here of our original diamond spike, and we did have something here that got buried. I can't remember exactly what that was, but I'm not worried about it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drive this sucker all the way down. They should have, the ladders are made out of obsidian, and there's obsidian here. So hopefully as a priority 9, they'll just pick that obsidian up and go right down into here. Shouldn't have, famous last words, any problems with this, but you know, I'll keep an eye on the dupes just in case. I do just want to go down as far as I possibly can. I'd like to see what the bottom of this map looks like so we can kind of see. And I kind of had an idea as I was looking at this. I could branch out spikes that go this way and like touch right up against this almost solidified, half melted obsidian or igneous rock that's touching this magma. And I could do that. I could just butt right into it, but I feel like that's going to cool things off a lot faster, as well as if I really wanted to, I could run like a loop of oxygen or something through here to just kind of pick up a lot of that heat. But I'd have to probably do it out of steel. I don't know if steel would melt that in that, but yeah, for now, let's just drive our spike all the way down to the bottom. As long as we can get about, I'd say right there, and then we can angle build most of this and then have that done. So yeah, let's let the dupes go to about there. We could actually probably dig this one out, maybe even angle build that and have it actually touching the magma for once again. But I don't want to take that one out. We're going to be real careful. Like I said, oh, there's the neutronium. So this is officially the bottom of the map. So we have gone from space to base. So yeah, that'll be the end of this. And we do have a pool of magma over here that we can kind of leach a lot of heat out of. And then this seems to be connected. We're not exactly sure if this touches down into the neutronium here. Maybe as they get down farther, we'll be able to reveal more, but I don't know. I don't think so really. So, all right. So let's let them kind of get after this and be done with that. Let's check in over here. What is our temperature? 109. It's looking a lot. Okay. Maybe it's not red. All right. Objective number 2. We're getting rid of all of the big hot rock that's right here. I'm going to tackle this one first. If it works here, then I know I can use it on the other big hot rocks. So the idea is that we vacuum out a small area right about here, and then we just go in and dig it out because there's no heat transfer when that happens. And what we'll do is we'll put like a nice liquid lock in this area to allow the dupes in, and then we'll have it to be the only spot where this igneous rock and this obsidian and any of this abyssalite can go. So we'll make it like an auto sweeper, and we'll just throw it on a metal tile and let it transfer its heat and then steam cool it off. And then once it gets down to a certain temperature, then yeah. And we can even do some like counterflowing rails of obsidian and igneous rock and all that stuff, and then let it drop out. And that would be kind of the idea, is once it gets out here, and these are not, this will be set to sweep only, then this thing is pretty much cool. I mean, we'll take it right up to the edge of this because all this stuff is nice and cold. That's why we don't care about it. So we'll leave like a 1 block all the way around, and all the hot stuff will be down, throw it into one place, let the steam turbine do its thing. Done. I feel like that's going to be a pretty decent solution that I've been talking about for quite some time, but I think if we'll try it like right here, so we'll butt it right up into this area and see if it works. So let me do a little planning and prep work, and then we'll go from there. I may leave it nice and big. Actually, that's probably the best idea, is to leave it really big here. That way we can add on to it if it starts like overheating the turbines and all that stuff. So maybe enough space for 3 or 4 of them, but start with 2. Let me get that prepped up and we'll take a look at it together. So we made it to the bottom, and every time I put a diamond tile in, it immediately cools the igneous rock next to it. This magma is so cool that every time we put something in, it just solidifies more magma. That is really unfortunate. But it does allow us to do this fancy little building that we're doing to get us down to the neutronium. Yeah, see, it's really solidifying hardcore. Now, granted, it is really hot, and it probably will sustain us for a while, but we're gonna need a more permanent solution to all of this. Yeah, that's too bad. I was really hoping that we could use this long term. I don't remember the last time I did this, it did not have this kind of an issue. And it's a little disappointing. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe they did something, they nerfed it, the magma in the game, made it geothermal power less potent because of the fact of volcanoes and stuff. But I mean, this will give us quite a bit of heat for a very long time. Unfortunately, this is probably going to use the majority of our diamond. So, yeah. All right, so now comes the wonderful task of building this all the way back up. And, okay, so this is kind of what I've got going here. Yeah, I don't need this much insulation here. I absolutely know that. But I'm going to do a petroleum liquid lock here, and probably one here as well when we're ready to bust into this. I kind of just wanted to make sure I had my spacings right. That's why I put those there. But we will be putting the aqua tuner probably right here. Actually, we'll be putting it right on the ground, and then I'll just set up probably 2 or 3 of the auto sweepers made out of steel. Not auto sweepers, I'm sorry. Auto dispensers made out of steel, just kind of sitting here, putting out all that good stuff where we want it, which will probably be probably like that. And they will just be dispensing out all of their hot goodness right here into this. This will be really warm. I want this is sitting at a pretty decent temperature, 150 C. Shouldn't have too much of a problem with it, the steam cooling here, but we'll see about that. The other big thing is getting power down here. I went ahead and busted this apart just to allow the gases to escape, as the pressure was really high down here. I mean, we were at 1,800 grams here, and we're only at 700 there. So I wanted to let some of that gases get out of here. We're going to put probably a small thin layer of oil here just as a transfer for this thing. I can probably go ahead and hook these up. We'll probably use petroleum as our medium to transfer said heat. All right, we'll put you to sweep only and get rid of it. And yeah, so these will be just kind of what they are. I'm going to sweep this mess up before we go any farther. That abyssalite is at 47C. That's great. All right, so then let's set up our thermo aqua tuner. We will go here. And then for our plumbing, we will go with our obsidian bridge. Boop. Insulated with ceramic, because I come to find out that we don't have any more clay because I used up all the ceramic. And then for power wise, I'm going to put just one large transformer, and then I'll bring the power down and into these and then back into that, because I don't know how much power this will exactly make, but I'm just hoping for a neutral, maybe 1200. That would be kind of like, in an ideal world, that would be what I would want. So in an ideal world, basically this will just generate enough power to keep itself going. I think that that's not too much of a stretch, as we were going to have so much stuff in here and it's going to be putting out so much heat. These things are 1100, you know, and we'll dig this out in sections. I'm not going to like, oh, dig it out all at once and throw it in here. No. That would overheat things drastically, and I don't think that's a great idea at all. So yeah, let me sweep up this mess. Probably put an extra insulated tile there just to keep the water in here for now. We may even bring this over a bit because we don't need that much space. I mean, I was trying to think of how I could do this and not have so much volume here. I'd like to keep it kind of nice and tidy. We could actually even put a single metal tile at the end of all of those dispensers, like so, and that would actually help things transfer heat a little bit better. So yeah, that's going to be how we're going to do it. So let me kind of do a little prep digging here to get some petroleum in this one and get our liquid lock sort of going. I don't think none of this is so hot. Yeah, we should be good on this front. It's these things that I'm most worried about. You know what? I should probably go ahead and dig those out and get these. Yeah, because that abyssalite is really hot. So we'll dig all this out and put it in our current storage for abyssalite and things, which is over here. And I don't really care because there's nothing really crazy hot in there. So we'll sweep all this out and then put some petroleum in here. Once that's done, then I will get ready to start digging this out. And finally, we'll get this all done. So I kind of had an epiphany as I was doing this. I was watching it just not heat up very fast as it got taller and taller. And I think I realized that this is leaching out, this igneous rock and obsidian is kind of leaching out some heat as it's going up. So I would like to insulate this from about this point on. I could probably future-proof it a little bit by going a little deeper, and I very well may. I may go ahead and insulate this down to here. But I think that might help us let this spike pull out. Now it's a little too far. That's 1300 there. So maybe we'll go to about there. Oh no, it's pretty hot there too. Yeah, I think if we just insulate this for now to this point that we have it and then rebuild this spike, I think that that will actually help build out or keep the heat in a little bit longer, perhaps. I'm not sure. Worth a try. we'll give it a whirl and see what happens. We'll do this one side and see how hot it gets up here. But yeah. Okay, so what else have we done? Well, we've gotten our first kind of layer here done. I did catch this. There was a little bit of carbon dioxide just floating right here. I thought it was just a grub fruit, whatever it's called. So I caught that just in time. I didn't want to lose our vacuum, but I also wanted to put a double vacuum here. I just would really like to play this one as safe as possible. I don't want to take any chances whatsoever. So this abyssalite is getting to the very warm side of things. So what I'd like to do now is go ahead and take copy this settings and put them all across these guys, and they're going to be the primary one, and I'll just tell these to be nothing from now on. So everything abyssalite, everything with the hot and igneous rock should go right into here from now on. And I think that that is the way to go. So the next thing to do would be get our petroleum up here, B, get our water in here for, you know, those types of purposes. And maybe one tile, actually, let's see, one tile of diamond here and there. And that way it transfers that heat a lot better and gets everything kind of nice and hot and steamy in here. Now this could take hundreds of cycles just to get rid of all of this. My plan would be is to come in here and just core it out like normal, and then come back and sweep it up slowly, like maybe one little chunk at a time. We'll start with like a nice easy section here, maybe sweep all it up, see how this goes, see if we need to add more steam turbines, and on and on and on. So yeah, I think it's about ready. I'm going to go ahead and just put in some bottle emptiers across here, get those built, get things all steamied up, and yeah, I think we're just about ready to knock this thing down. Okay, now that's a heat spike, folks. Let's see how much longer this particular heat spike will last. So as we can see, it's pretty warm and it is transferring that heat pretty good, but once it gets like right past here, it really starts diving off fast. 700, 500. I mean, I'd really like this to get up above 300, but it's just not. We may have to come up with another solution. At least the door disengaged for a little bit. Yeah, it's just not steamy enough in here. Oh well. On to the other project. That's done. We've got plenty of petroleum. Power concerns may be somewhat of a concern here in the very near future, but not right now. Okay, so we're going to sweep that up. We've got our water in here. We're going to sweep this stuff up. And next, we're going to dig it out. Okay, so this would be the plan. So I went through with the temperature overlay and just kind of saw where all the hot ends all the way around, and have decided to just dig those pieces out. Kind of making a bit of a plan, and we will have the door permissions basically only allowing people in when we want them to be in. So always allowing people out, but just we'll do little chunks of it at a time. Now this is going to take forever. Probably should have picked the smaller one first, but you know what? I don't care. We will let this kind of like do little bits here and then move down a section, do a little bit there, then move down like 2 tiles, and just keep sweeping that in here as needed and as our steam turbines can keep up with it. All right, so on the back end of things, how is space doing? Well, it got kind of stuff in it. So had to come in here and dig this sucker out. We still need to hook up the power here so that this thing works and opens and closes, but it looks like Know-It-All is doing a great job, and he is looking at space. He's already uncovered 2 tiles here, and he's almost, I mean, he cranks this out pretty quick. It only takes a few seconds for him to reveal a space. So he'll do that, I guess, in a pattern. Like I said, I've never done this part of it before, so I'm excited to see what it is that Know-It-All reveals for us. So yeah, he's going to do that, and we'll just let him do that in the background of space. Yeah, and then let's see what's going on here. How are we doing? These guys are still alive. Their calories are still at 0. Happiness is -6. Groomed, tame, but he's starving. Reproduction is still doing a good job. Meh. So I think it's time to actually put a grooming station in here so that these guys actually starvation ranch. Now, I could just let things happen naturally over time, but I'm pretty sure that if I put a ranching station in here, that they will constantly be ranched and all that stuff. Now, I do want to expand this and maybe have at least 6 of these guys going and getting 6 eggs. I think they lay 2 eggs a piece before they die, and so on and so forth. But I just want to make sure that the numbers are right, because that chance for a delectable is always there. So I don't want a delectable, because that does not put out the same amount of kilocalories. I think it's like 8,000, whereas these put out 16,000. So my plan right now would be is to copy this about 3 times here and 3 times there, and then let this thing get some of the guys out of here and da-da-da-da-da. I might even put 1 incubator up here, 1 unpowered incubator, just to kind of help that process along. This auto sweeper should take care of all of that. So I think I may have to move some things around here. The auto sweeper is actually kind of in the best spot. I might be able to work it up on the top, move this over, da-da-da-da-da. Actually, I could probably move this to here, and yeah, anyways, easier said than done. So I'm going to replicate this 3 more times here, do some work on this, while at the same time, we are ready to just let some people in to get this dug out, and then we will sweep this up and then see how this works over here, just transferring out that energy. So we just had a notification of a new planetoid discovered. Toxel. Toxial? Toxel. Toxel. I'm going to guess that this is the radioactive planet. Okay. So this has the radioactivity. It is swampy. It's got rust biome. It's got a forest biome. Tundra, marsh. Okay. And it's not very far away. Oh, and we just discovered something else. Sandy ore field. This has, let's see, sand, sandstone, algae. Ooh, we could use that. Copper ore and artifacts. I'm looking for something. Oops. I'm looking for something that can get us some gold amalgam, as we seemed to burn through all of ours. I'm thinking this one might be the one that I want, as it does have the gold amalgam. So maybe we can go there and harvest that planet for some stuff. Speaking of harvesting planets, what's the inside of this look like? Empty. Love it. It's going down. We need to destroy this because of the fact that we are just a little hot in here. So let's deconstruct that. And I think it should be loaded up with fuel and everything. Or did we cut that line somewhere? We cut the line. That's fine. I think we cut it. Yeah, it's got enough to go. We'll get that when we get that. All right, so we have plenty of water that we could put in there. The cooling solution is just the thing that I'm not sure on how to fix that. Oh my gosh, look at all those Pacu. These guys are crazy. Polluted dirt. Does polluted dirt turn into dirt if we heat it? So no, it does not. It turns into molten glass. Interesting. I did not know it turned into molten glass. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so how are we doing over here? We have swept up our first little bits. We have obsidian that's really cold. What do we got here? Abyssalite that's crazy warm, but as far as I remember, abyssalite does not transfer its heat very well, but that obsidian is doing a good job. We have 93 degrees on our water, 94 now. Well, very good. This is heating up quite nicely. Okay, let's go ahead and take out another, let's say, big layer. We'll take out, I don't know, that much. And then we'll probably need some scaffolding over here to get that done, as well as we'll cancel out this so they don't go too far down. And then we'll put our scaffolding like so. And then probably need a couple right there to make sure that we get those bits. Yeah, this is working out quite nicely. I think we need to probably put in a floor here just to be on the safe side, because I think that's our 4 tile gap. Yep, that matches up with our current stuff. Great. Everything seems to be working out over here. So as we dig down and everything gets dug, and when everything is over and built, because they're using the obsidian ladders here, so I want to try to keep some obsidian here if I can help it. Actually, we can dig this down, and we'll dig that up and destroy that. Yeah. Actually, we will not. No, we won't destroy that, because I don't want that falling down here and getting warm. So this is all cool abyssalite, so I'm not too worried about it. I just want to get, we'll just cancel that. That's not important. But yeah, so once that's all done, priority 9 sweepy sweeps, and boom. They'll just sweep that up into there. We're already getting steam. Look at that. Look at that. That is awesome. Steam is not very hot just yet. We may need to put a few more gallons of water in this and get that steam pressure a little bit higher. I think that would be good. We might just throw some of the salt water that we got over here in there. So what's our temperatures looking like here? Everything's looking nice and frosty. Wonderful. I love it. Love it. This looks like it might work. So we found a space thing. Upon inspection, it said, I have added a new entry into my log. Office space in space. Office space in space. Okay. I know that there's like a story to this and a lore. This is a little bit TLDR, so if you want to pause the video and read it for yourself, please feel free to enjoy. Gravitas, I know, is the like main name for everything, but I think that if you get all of the entries, it ends up putting a decent story together that says something about how we got here. I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but it's something like that. But all right, this is working out. I just got to figure out maybe a little solution to not have to come up here and dig it all the time. Plus, it would be really nice if I could get some shielding from that radiation, but I don't think that that's going to be possible. So we'll just hope that Know-It-All just doesn't get too irradiated. All right, so we've kind of fixed-ish our geothermal power. We got this thing going. How does our temperature look over here? Because I would really like to get some wild planting done. 70s, 80s, 80s still, and 80s as well. I really would like to get something planted today. but I don't know if that's going to be possible. It is taking much longer to cool this off than I anticipated, but it shouldn't take too much longer. These things are getting nice and chill, but I would like to get in there and do some radiant pipes through the middle and try to really take care of that. So I'm going to set that up, and I might break in just for a second, hopefully not allowing too much of this stuff out of here, and then we'll go from there. So unfortunately, I think that we are done exploring space currently. That's about as far as he can reach. So it looks like he's about 3 by 3-ish tiles all the way around, but this fell into that space. But we have something over here. I don't know what it is. More unknown objects. I really don't need to go here, and maybe for the algae, but I don't really care. So it looks like we need to park him about here and have him explore some more space around us, as well as maybe even seeing about making a rocket ship to go here. Ooh, new planet. Now, I think we could probably teleport to a new planet, but I don't know which one that we would do. Oh, this is the first I've inspected this. I thought I already did that. All right, so that's the receiver. See destination. Oh, it's that planet. Oversea planetoid. Ah, now we can see it. So we can land on top or we can land inside. That is our big thing here. And I don't really know what exactly I want to do. I think I kind of want to just send a few dupes over, and that'll take some pressure off of our food here. We'll have to send some crops over too, which we can do via this thing right here, the supply teleporter, and get that done. So, all right, one of the things I did is I set a few liquid locks here, and since our petroleum is just right here and it doesn't really matter, I'm just gonna pump out a bit into each one of these spots, quick and easy. That's kind of why I did it the way I did it right here. Should be pretty simple. And then I'll be able to come in and put in some radiant pipes and cool this sucker off a little bit faster, just because I would really like to have at least all of this cooled off by the end of this episode. There we go. That should cool things off a lot faster. Yes. We might actually be out of the red. Yeah, we're kind of an orange color now. It's looking a lot better. It's coming in at like 72, 73, 70. It's getting close to 70. Yeah, we're coming in at 71. We're still leaving at 84, but you know, that's all right. This will help it out a lot. Plus, it's nice to have these liquid locks in each of these so that, you know, if I did want to service it for whatever reason, you know, when I make a mistake, which is inevitable, then yeah, it'll totally be all right. Okay, and then up here, we have all of our ranches going. I went through and tried to like pick the most young ones that we have to be in these things. For some reason though, we must be out of iron ore. I don't know. So I've got these set to a level 9 on this, but nobody seems to want to do it. It says it's unreachable, but I could have swore that, I mean, it's inside this room. Oh, did I lock the door? I did. I sure did. I don't want to do that. So we will let everybody in, all door permissions. Wonderful. The guys that can get in can get in. So we'll just do regular door permissions and we'll just copy those settings. Oops. So regular door permissions, right? Everybody good to go. Copy settings and boom, done. At the same time, we put our incubator in here to get our shovels going. And then we also have a grooming station to starvation ranch these guys. I also need to put a critter drop off here because I forgot to reinstall that. I'm gonna put it right by the door. Make that thing a priority. And we should be good. So this should be everything that we need to get these guys starvation ranched with, you know, them keep coming back and all that stuff. So should be good. I'm not seeing, did I forget to hook up a rail? I did. Oop, nope, there we go. So we'll get that last bit of rail in, and then we have everything that we need to Starvation Ranch these fellas, and we'll be good. All right, so that seems to be that going. We have, it looks like no regolith here now, so finally the regolith has made its way over to the one spot it can be. We're almost empty here, so we should be able to plug this guy back in. Nope, big wire. And he should be able to supply. Okay. Let's not let that happen, or that happen, or that happen, or that happen. So these regoliths should go in there, and then it should strictly be, as soon as we get rid of this little bit. Ugh, dang it. So let's say filtration medium, regolith, 9, sweep only, and let's prioritize the sweeping of this regolith. If we can get that in here in a hurry, then everything that I've been trying to do should be done. This is a never-ending cycle. Okay, cool. It's gone. You. Gone. Fantastic. Now this should, in theory, feed these guys correctly. I think. Maybe. I don't know. We'll just ignore it and hope that it's going to get something done correctly. Okay, so our water here is starting to get a little low, which is good because we want to revamp all of this. And we did some more steel, but man, oh man, seems like this is handling steel pretty well. I'm just going to put this at this point as forever. And that will just be, we'll just, as long as we can make steel, let's make it. We're generating some nice power here now that the transfer is going all the way across. Even these guys are kicking on. We're doing great over here. Steam is at 150. Let's dig out some more. So yeah, got a little hot. Got a little hot. It was over 200. Had to install some new steam turbines, and we stopped anybody from going in there. That got a little hot. They're just finishing up some last little bits here, but when they go to break, they're not allowed in there for a little bit. But this is working. This seems to be working really good. I don't really care about the abyssalite. I mean, like I said, it's the other thing. It's the igneous rock that's going to come in really, really handy. Now, I'm not going to probably build anything with this igneous rock. Hopefully, what I can do is, once I get all this dug out, swept up, put in here, I'll put a door with permissions here, and I'll let this stuff cool. And then I can maybe even set some rails up in here to really, really regulate what comes out. We can put it on a metal tile here. We can really cool it off some more because of this. It's, yeah, whole song and dance. It'll be wonderful. It'll be wonderful. All right. So what are we looking like over here with our temperature? 76. Not bad. It's getting pretty good. But I really want to get out there and explore space. So did we get the last of the berry sludge out of here? Yes, we did. Let's get this thing deconstructed. Yeah, deconstruct that, get it done, get a new one over there. Overheat damage. That's too bad. Oh, we'll just deconstruct you. But more regolith. Sorry. It's like choking on my own words there. So yeah, this is probably, actually, we don't even need this anymore, to be honest with you. It can just be done. Like, we explored as much as we could just to get that initial stuff. So I'm gonna just deconstruct this for now. We will tell this to lock. Yes. Lock. Do I need to disconnect that? Why is this not really doing what I want? It's sending a green signal. I want it to be red. As soon as we disconnect this, it should do that. I should have power here. Why is it saying no? Oh, well, this one doesn't have power. Yes, so they're gonna just be red, and we will add back our Explorer module. Add you, make you out of steel, build, boom. So now we will get this thing set up to go into space, and we have a bunch of stuff here. Oh boy. Yeah, this is just kind of the accidents that happen, I think. What is that? Is that chlorine? Oh, that's the chlorine that was in there. Yeah. Okay. Now, how are we looking on this front? We've got quite a few of these guys tamed. How old are you? I'm going to look through these guys, and I'm going to see if I can't find another one that is the right age. Yeah, so nobody's the right age. We will just kind of let this happen. Yeah, we will just let this kind of just happen. A lot of them are starving. They're probably all going to die. But these new guys will be the ones that we use for our future stuff. So let's go ahead and say Volpups and Shavels there. And then we could do some like, I shouldn't be getting more than 2 per one. So if I say I need to have only 12 in here, that'll hopefully keep them populated. I don't know. I got to be honest. Like, I want to try to catch one while they're still young, but it's okay. But I'm looking at my time, man, I am way over budget for the things that I wanted to get done today. But I'll be honest, we got quite a bit done. Really, we're starting to break apart this big rock, which is great. I think this is going to work out. This seems to be working pretty well. I'm probably going to have to make another one right next to it here. This probably won't take so long. And then I need one here, but I'm probably going to have to drain this pool of water before I can even think about doing that. So this water will have to go. Actually, I might be able to do the same thing just right here, but I'm going to block off my geothermal, and I don't know if I really want to do that. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that would be too bad. I mean, this hot rock here is a little baby one, and we can maybe include that into this one or this one, but it seems to be working. We have very, very little hot rock around the edge. Once this is completely cleaned out, I think we're going to gain that space. And then I think the plan would be is to build this down and make a giant industrial sauna right here. Maybe we can even bump it out and bring it over and nestle it into this and utilize this space to put these rocks into. I don't know. The possibilities are endless, but I know that one thing, our ladder system will finally be able to go all the way here to this part of the map, and we don't have to really think about ladder system going forward. We can even do some tubes if we can, with all that power that we're going to be generating from petroleum and all that stuff, because this sucker has been turned off for a while. I don't even know, like at least 2 or 3 episodes I haven't had this thing on, and there's no sense of running it if we don't have a way to burn that fuel, because it's just going to spill over like it did, and that's a whole thing that I don't want to deal with. But yeah, I mean, our calories are looking pretty good. I think we were past 700 for a little bit. We will definitely be getting a humongous influx of calories here in the next few cycles. If this doesn't work, I'll try to think of something else. I'm pretty sure this is how you starvation ranch shovels. If this is not, please leave a comment down below. I always love to read the comments, and I love the suggestions that you guys give me, things to make improvements, as well as ideas for better solutions to all this stuff. If you have enjoyed what you've watched, please don't forget to like, hit the subscription button if you haven't already. Check out one of the buttons at the end of the screen so you can see what else we're playing. And don't forget to keep gaming for the love of games. Bye now.